Coming up on Mustang News, one well-known Cal Poly tradition could be in jeopardy. We'll tell you which one it is and who it affects.
You've seen them on campus in uniform. We'll show you how these students take learn by doing to a whole new level.
And there's a quarterback competition for the green and gold. We'll take you inside the players' helmets with our exclusive sounds as they prepare for the spring game.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
Thanks for joining us for our weekly broadcast of Mustang News. I'm Mallory St. George.
And I'm Buki Babalola. If Cal Poly and the city of San Luis Obispo have their way, graduating seniors won't be doing the 6 a.m. bar crawl before graduation. Representatives for the two organizations submitted a letter to the Downtown Association asking the bars not to serve alcohol before 9 a.m. on June 14th and 15th. No decision has been made at this time. A meeting will be held to review the letter on May 13th.
President Armstrong will be giving his keynote address this Friday. The address will focus on Armstrong's vision for Cal Poly in 2022. Students received at least 2 emails in the past week briefly describing what his speech will cover. Armstrong says he wants to bring changes to better Cal Poly, including more competitive salaries and benefits for faculty.
Key component for our future and moving forward is that in 2022, we will have completed our campaign. Our current goal is $500 million. I'm absolutely certain we'll achieve that goal.
It will be at Harmon Hall in the PAC at 2 p.m. There will be time for students to ask Armstrong questions during the address.
ASI president isn't the only person elected to office through the student votes. The ASI Board of Directors are also elected through the student votes. The ASI Board of Directors is a group of 24 student leaders elected to represent students from different colleges on the Cal Poly campus. According to the chair of the board, its purpose is to serve as the official voice of the Cal Poly students.
Of the students, so they wear a hat of representation, representing students on all matters such as quarters and semesters to bike lanes on campus. The ASI Board of Directors really works to represent the student's voice.
Students are welcome to voice their ideas or concerns at the open forum at their monthly meetings in the University Union in room 2220.
A hyper-local Facebook celebrity is one of the newly elected Board of Directors members. You may have seen him pop up on your newsfeed, but it looks like all the hours invested on the Cal Poly Confessions Facebook page have finally paid off for Nelson Lynn. He was elected to the College of Engineering Board of Directors this past week after campaigning under his Facebook celebrity.
I give about 10-15 seconds to think of something, and then I'm done for the day. People think I'm on it all the time, but it sort of just happened because I needed a creative outlet of sorts, and just so happened that my medium was comedy and Facebook was like my canvas in a way.
Lynn has no immediate plans on how he will handle his new ASI position, but he says he's happy for the opportunity.
Cal Poly's Academic Senate is currently reviewing new unit count limits for science-based degrees. Science-based degrees are fighting to increase their unit count limits to 198 units. It is currently standardized at 180 units. The limit aims to help students graduate on time, but many Cal Poly faculty members oppose the limit because they say it takes away lab time and doesn't allow students to pursue undergraduate specialties.
When they cut their units, they cut down their labs, their live laboratories, and their students are having competitive issues getting into graduate school and certificate programs.
If the resolution is approved by Cal Poly's Academic Senate during its second reading 2 weeks from now, it must then be approved by the statewide Academic Senate. However, a resolution is unlikely this quarter because Cal Poly missed the deadline to send in waivers to the Board of Trustees.
There's growing concern that Cal Poly and the city of San Luis Obispo are not communicating enough about the proposed housing project. 28 previous mayors and council members signed a petition requesting SLO and Cal Poly work in partnership in consideration of the timing and prospective locations for all future student housing. While the city does not have any jurisdiction over the project, residents fear the new student housing will increase the rowdiness of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think the neighborhood deserves to be heard and considered. And I think they certainly need to have a sense that the council is on their side, and we are.
Ashbaugh says he has been communicating with President Armstrong about the housing project and would like to see more students living on campus and in apartments, not in residential homes. For the full story, you can visit mustangnews.net.
Cal Poly Graphic Communication students are coming home from winning big in Baltimore this weekend. 7 students and 1 faculty member traveled to Maryland for the Flexographic Technical Association Awards banquet. They presented their wine label carrier and wine tag, which had a special feature. The tag has a snowflake-shaped sticker that turns blue when the wine is the perfect temperature to drink. When the wine is room temperature, the sticker is clear. The GRC students won the Phoenix Challenge for their products.
Coming up after the break, a popular restaurant downtown is closing, but not before they find new owners.
And the unique club on campus competed in San Jose over the weekend. Find out who they are and how they did coming up.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
And Nacho Mama Thursdays, Chino's Rockin' Tacos is looking for a new owner. The restaurant announced they would be closing their San Luis Obispo location in downtown SLO last Friday. The reason for closing was unknown, but the restaurant manager, Mikal Dyer, announced a change of plans. Chino's will stay open for at least this week in hopes of finding a new owner.
After 16 years of burgers and beer, the Shack in San Luis Obispo is closing. The restaurant is on East Foothill Boulevard. The Shack announced the news on Saturday via Facebook. Former Cal Poly students Scott and Lacey Peterson founded the Shack, although it changed owners when they moved to Northern California. You may remember Scott Peterson was convicted of killing Lacey back in 2002. The Shack offered discounts on food and beer last weekend on their so-called Last Supper menu.
The 32nd annual Wildflower Triathlon is happening this weekend. The rigorous course consists of a 1.5-kilometer lake swim, 40-kilometer bike ride, and 10-kilometer run. There will be an individual team competition and individual competition. The triathlon takes place at Lake San Antonio this Sunday. The race starts at 9 a.m.
A new multi-purpose trail connecting 2 cities in San Luis Obispo County is in the works. The Chorro Valley Trail has been proposed by the San Luis Obispo Council of Governments. It will connect Morro Bay and San Luis Obispo. SLO COG has multiple alignments for the trail, which starts near Cal Poly and will follow Highway 1. The trail still has to be approved by the SLO COG board in August and will still have to go through a lengthy process.
So at this point, it's just a study. It's at the very preliminary stages. All we're doing right now is trying to figure out if there's even a possibility that a trail could go in there someday.
A financial feasibility and implementation plan for the trail will be under development in May.
On your mark, get set, go! The Cal Poly Human-Powered Vehicle Club competed in San Jose over the weekend. The team started out well, floating between 3rd and 4th place, reaching speeds up to 27 miles per hour for the men's sprint and 23 miles per hour for the women's.
And so from the beginning of design until competition is pretty much a full year, and that's cutting corners here and there, trying to make sure it gets done on time.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. A hard hit in a deep pothole caused the bike to be unrideable. The team bounced back and finished 16th out of 25 teams in the endurance event. They also managed to place 3rd in design, 4th in innovation, and 6th overall.
Cal Poly may soon have a new master's program, the Fire Protection Engineering Master's Program. A program that has been a pilot for the past 4 years is applying to become official. The hybrid in-class online program includes students from all over the country and is the only program west of the Appalachian Mountains in this area of study.
There's not a lot of people that have this type of degree. I mean, fire protection engineering, it's kind of a specialty. And so coming and getting especially a master's in fire protection engineering really puts you above the cut.
Every student who has completed the program so far has graduated with a job.
Cal Poly students may wonder why they can occasionally spot students in uniform on campus. Reporter Leah Horner went out to find out why camo is on campus.
For ROTC members. The cadets run drills and execute missions, then get feedback.
That's where we go over what we did, how it went, goods and the bads, and how we can learn from it in the future.
Their weapons? Paintball guns.
The paintball guns allow us to get some sort of operational, some experience in how we're actually like sending something down there rather than just yelling bang, bang, bang.
Cal Poly students may notice the cadets walking around in full uniform every Thursday. Although the uniforms are just for class, Cadet Keith Aldred says he sometimes gets some funny looks.
I was walking by, just looking straight ahead, and then I saw like, I don't know, they must have been on a tour or something, and a parent with like a small kid, and he was like, look, an army man. I heard him, I was like, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize that was me until I was like, oh wait, like I'm in uniform.
These Thursday labs help ROTC members learn how to work together as one unit.
In a squad, you'll have around 10 people, and to get 10 people working all together towards a single goal, all successfully, is quite an accomplishment. When it all works together, you just know that you've done a good job, good mission, and it just makes you feel good about yourself and your teammates, and you just feel accomplished as a team.
Stallion, tune, attention.
Fighting Mustangs! Leah Horner, Mustang News.
At Thursday labs, the cadets use purple and yellow paint and avoid using red because it can be mistaken for blood.
Some Cal Poly students woke up in the University Union Plaza this morning instead of their own beds. The Sleep Out was an event planned by Student Community Services. It started at 8 p.m. last night. Students were able to reserve sleeping bags in advance. They watched the movie Pursuit of Happiness, and pizza was provided. There was also an opportunity to donate clothing, backpacks, and canned foods. Students who donated received T-shirts.
I think it's a great visual just to see everyone, laying out here on the ground, getting out, and, creating that awareness.
The Sleep Out was a part of a series of events in honor of Homelessness Awareness Week.
This week we experienced record-breaking heat.
Coming up after the break, we'll have Lisa Diaz in the studio to tell us if temperatures will stay hot or if there is some cool relief on the way.
And she'll let us know what to expect for San Luis Obispo County's biggest professional triathlon happening this weekend.
Be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back. We've got Lisa Diaz in our studio with our weather.
Thank you, Buki. Now let's take a look at this weekend's headlines. Now I know you guys are all feeling the heat out there, and yes, we have a warm weekend ahead. It's going to be hottest on Friday, so prepare for that. And winds are going to be hitting about 15 miles an hour tomorrow, and then on Sunday, it will be cooling down. Now let's take a look at our weather map and take a look at the county. So up high in Paso Robles, North County, it's going to be a high of 94, so it's definitely going to be hottest up in North County. Then we move down to Tascadero, getting cooler as we go south. Then out to the coast, where in Los Osos, obviously it's going to be probably a little cooler there, maybe a little foggy. San Luis Obispo, where we are right here at Cal Poly, it's going to be about 87, so a nice warm temperature, but not too hot, not scorching. And then we're going to continue to move down to Avila Beach, where it's going to be 74. So just keep in mind, if you're heading out to the beach, it's going to be a little cooler. And Arroyo Grande is going to be 74 as well. And then all the way down to Santa Maria, where it's going to be 85 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. So over here, starting on Thursday, which is today, it's going to be 87. That's going to be our high today. Like I said, Friday, that's going to be our hottest day of the week. So 90 degrees, kind of getting into those summer temperatures. I know you might have been a little bit worried that winter was coming back with the rain last week, but nope, summer's coming early. And then on Saturday, you know, just in time for your weekend, your day off, it's going to be 83 degrees. Keep in mind the nights, they're staying warm. 50 degrees, that's a pretty warm night here in San Luis Obispo. Sunday, things are going to start to cool down for you, 74, and then 70 next week. So maybe the summer temperatures aren't quite here yet, but we'll get a little taste of them this weekend. Now, I know that Mallory mentioned the Wildflower Triathlon. It's a huge professional triathlon here in San Luis Obispo. Let's take a look at, or actually it's up in Bradley, but it's a short drive away. Let's take a look at our weather for wildflowers, see what those people competing are going to be dealing with, and the spectators, of course. So it's going to be 94 on Friday, but Saturday, that's the big race day. Still going to be hot, so swimming that 1.5 mile swim in the lake definitely is going to be refreshing. 86 is the high, 46 is the low, so getting a little cooler, plus it's up in the mountains. And then on Sunday, going down to 77. And that's all for your weekend weather. Thank you. Back to you, Mallory and Buki.
Coming up, they were the best in the country, and now they're struggling to be the best out of the two teams on the field. Find out what happened to the baseball team and how they plan to get back on track.
Give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
That's low, that's low. That's low and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
We have Dylan Payne in the studio with us now to tell us what's going on with Cal Poly Sports. Dylan?
All right, well, we're going to start off with some football. Cal Poly football fans have a few big questions concerning their team. And the biggest one is who's the quarterback next year? This Saturday, the Mustangs will play their annual spring game, which is expected to bring answers. Lisa Diaz went out to practice and got an exclusive, up-close look at how one player in the middle of the quarterback competition is preparing.
I have not once gotten used to getting up early. I mean, it's a struggle every time. I feel like every
Every morning, it's always that alarm clock goes off. It's a frustrated face until I get on the field and actually get going.
Hey, you gotta look.
Yeah. Spring practice drills are important just because it's something that's conditioned in our mind to be fast and to know that anything that we use in practice is what we use in the game.
There you go. Nice ball.
What it feels like to do this hard work in off season? A struggle, but at the same time, it's something that's gonna make us great. So eyes to the corner, eyes to the corner. Corner, there you go. The spring game is basically something that it's an inter squad scrimmage, and it's a chance for us as an offense to show what we do, and it's a chance for the defense to show what they do. And we may not get these exact looks in the game, but they're pretty close, so it's something that we should be able to focus on and pick up on if it's something that we have to do, you know.
Stay tit. Stay tit. Go. Down the tit.
We get an assumption and get a conclusion of who we're going to have on the field for that game, August 31st. So it's this Saturday.
Hey, let's be smart. Know what we're doing, all right? Let's be smart. Let's be explosive.
Lisa Diaz, Mustang News.
The spring game is Saturday at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. Kickoff is set for noon. A week ago, Cal Poly baseball had the longest win streak in the country. Now, the Mustangs are on their longest losing streak of the season. Cal Poly is headed to UC Riverside this weekend for a 3-game series and a chance to get back on track. Over the past week, the Mustangs lost twice to Long Beach State and then once to Pepperdine. Cal Poly also lost 2 key players, second baseman Mark Mathias and pitcher Casey Bloomquist, to injury. Coach Larry Lee hopes to have them both back for this weekend's series. In the meantime, ace Matt Imhoff is working on attacking early with his fastball and doing what he can to end this streak.
We play 56 games, you know, there's going to be some patches where you don't play your best ball. So I think we're fine today, you know, out of practice, trying to get a good practice in. The morale's pretty good. The coach is just, you know, trying to stay positive with us. You know, no one needs to, you know, kick a dog when it's down. We understand that we haven't played our best baseball, but it's going to happen, and we're just going to try and get back on track.
Imhoff will be on the mound Friday night, and his first pitch is set for 6 p.m. Cal Poly's softball team is now 3rd in the Big West Conference after a loss to Cal State Fullerton over the weekend. The team dropped the series finale 5-3. Freshman Sierra Highland struck out 4 players and let only 1 run through. There are 6 games left in the regular season. The next game is Saturday at 1 p.m. against CSU Long Beach. It will be the first in a 3-game series.
Thanks so much, Dylan. There's a place where you can crank it to 11. We'll tell you where after the break.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these 2. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Yeah! Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We have Leah Horner here in the studio with us for Pollywood.
Thanks so much, Buki and Mallory. We've got a lot of Mustang music happening locally.
More than 2 years after their first performance, a Cal Poly band is releasing their first full-length album. Louder Space's album Airwaves goes on sale digitally worldwide on May 2nd. They're celebrating their release with a performance and party at Slow Brew Friday night. And also playing at the Brew this weekend is reggae band Fortune Youth on Sunday, May 4th. Tickets are available for both shows on Slow Brew's website. Getting an album out starts with a lot of practice, and that practice can come at a hefty cost. But Lindsay Lewis found a place in San Luis Obispo helping local bands lower the price.
In San Luis Obispo, band practice in the garage is not as convenient as one might think.
The musicians are falling under the same rules as all the college kids partying.
Local musicians Word Sauce were tired of neighbors complaining about the volume of their band practice.
It was a pretty big house, and one of the rooms was a converted garage, so we jammed in there, and yeah, we'd get tickets all the time.
Following examples from cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco, bassist Wes Price of Word Sauce created an opportunity for bands to keep practicing their music fine-free.
And basically what we did was we divided the warehouse into 6 rooms and rent them out to bands to practice in.
The Sauce Pot is a warehouse located off Tank Farm Road where bands around the county pay a monthly rent for a personal practice studio.
You know that you have the freedom to do what you want when you want. Musicians
from different genres have collaborated on songs in the studio, bands have recorded full-length albums, and some acts have performed together live.
This is something that bands around here need. I mean, until the Sauce Pot opened, there was pretty much nowhere else you could go if you needed a practice space.
Wes plans to expand the Sauce Pot and create a larger practicing space for Word Sauce.
We're just, we're going to do this still forever, until we're famous or dead.
Lindsay Lewis, Mustang News.
For more information on the Sauce Pot or how to book a spot, you can visit Word Sauce's Facebook page. Dylan Payne is back from Stagecoach and has the top 5 moments from the weekend.
The first day of Stagecoach started the weekend off right with performances from Thomas Rhett, Leonard Skinner, and Brantley Gilbert. The night ended with Eric Church turning this country hoedown into a rockin' showdown. The second night had Jason Aldean as the headliner. The crowd erupted when Kelly Clarkson was shown on screen, singing the duet, Don't You Wanna Stay? The pre-recorded video of Clarkson fooled everyone into thinking that she was there, making it number 4 on the list. Number 3, Luke Bryan. He brought the crowd to life with songs like That's My Kind of Night. But what made it memorable was his rendition of Talk Dirty to Me while he dougied and strutted the stage with members of Florida Georgia Line and Ashton Kutcher by his side, making every girl claw to be on stage. Country music and patriotism comes hand in hand, which was seen throughout the festival. People were dressed from head to toe with patriotic and American flag attire, and Lee Brice's performance of I Drive Your Truck made everyone proud to be an American. And coming in at number 1, the people at the concert. Everyone was happy and fun to be around. It was a weekend filled with dancing, singing, and making memories that will last a lifetime. This has been your top 5 moments from Stagecoach. Dylan Payne, Mustang News.
That sounds great. The concert had 45,000 people in attendance and was definitely a concert to remember. All right, that's all we've got for Pollywood. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Leah. Thanks for watching our 30-minute broadcast of Mustang News.
For continuous broadcast coverage, you can visit mustangnews.net.
From all of us here in Studio 300, have a great day, Cal Poly.
We're going to leave you with a video from a local band, Word Sauce.
Show check, yeah.